Let's get going with Motivational Monday. So we've got a solid one today. Let me just hit this little button right here. Poof. And welcome back. Welcome back. Today I want to share one of the biggest lessons I've learned from years of training, coaching, working with hundreds of people over the years. It's something that applies to the gym, but it also really applies to your relationships, your career, your health, and really every goal that you ever want to pursue. So this lesson is what I call one more, because your brain usually quits before your body does. So think about it. Most of us believe we're physically exhausted when we stop, but in reality, our brain is often trying to protect us long before our body has actually reached its physical limit. So our brain is designed for one purpose, and that's really just to keep us alive one more day. Not to make us stronger, not to help us set personal records, not to help us lose 20 pounds. Its job is to conserve energy and to make sure you live one more day. So the moment something becomes uncomfortable, your brain starts talking to you. Oh, that's enough. Oh, you're kind of tired. You worked hard yesterday. You should take a break for today. You can stop now. One less rep won't matter. You can even skip today. Oh, take it easy. Have you ever noticed that little voice in your head? I hear it almost every single time that I work out. Anytime I'm on my infamous 7% hill that's right next to our house, the only one I can actually run from, that little voice works right into my little brain and starts saying, "Oh, you should walk now, not run." So if you've trained long enough, I guarantee you've probably heard it too. And here's the fascinating thing. Research has shown that fatigue is often a protective mechanism. Your brain doesn't wait until you're empty. It gives you the feeling of fatigue well before you've actually hit your capacity. And why? Why does it do that? Because it wants to leave a reserve. It's trying to keep you safe. And the problem is, if we always listen to that first signal, we never discover what we're actually capable of. And I see this all the time in the clinic or in our training facility. Someone finishes 8 reps, 10 reps. They rack the weight. And I ask, do you think you could have done one more? And almost every time the answer is yes. Not 10, not 20 more, just could you have done one more rep? Now, this isn't about being reckless. It's not about ignoring pain. It's not about lifting until you get hurt. That's really not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about learning the difference between discomfort and danger. And there's a huge difference because growth lives in the discomfort. Injury lives in danger. And you really have to learn to recognize the difference, because one more rep might not seem like much. But think about it. Let's say you strength train 3 days a week. You do 6 exercises each workout, and on every exercise, you safely complete just one more quality repetition than you thought you could do. That's 18 extra reps each week. That's almost 1,000 additional quality reps over the course of a year. Just one. Single rep at a time. And that's how extraordinary results are built. Not by one heroic workout, but by hundreds of small victories over the voice that says, "Oh, that's enough. That's enough." And this doesn't just happen in the gym. It happens everywhere. At work, you stop one phone call early. At home, you don't have the conversation because it feels uncomfortable. Your health, you skip the walk because you're tired. Your nutrition, you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. It's the same voice. Your brain is always looking for discomfort. For comfort. Your brain is always looking for comfort. And your future is built by choosing growth. So one of my favorite quotes is, your muscles rarely quit first. Your brain does. Your muscles rarely quit first. Your brain does. And the people who improve the fastest aren't always the strongest. They're not always the most talented. They're simply the people who have learned not to obey the first signal to quit. So here's the challenge I have for you this week. Every workout, I want you to ask yourself one question before you finish. Do I honestly have one more? And if the answer is yes, do it. Just one more rep, one more interval, 30 more seconds, 5 more pounds if your form is excellent and it's appropriate. Just one more. Not because you're trying to destroy yourself, but because you're training your mind as much as you're training your body. And every time you safely do one more than your brain expected, you're teaching yourself something powerful. You're teaching yourself that discomfort isn't something to fear. It's something you can overcome. So remember this, the strongest people I know didn't become strong because they were just born different. They became strong because over time, they won thousands of tiny battles. Not against other people, but against themselves. Against the voice that said, that's enough. You're good for today. So this week, when that little voice shows up, smile, recognize it, thank your brain for trying to protect you, and then ask one simple question, do I honestly have one more? And if you do, go get it. Go get it, because that one extra rep isn't just building muscle. It's building confidence. It's building resilience. It's building the person that you really want to become. So overall, let's have a great week. Now, go get one more rep and go grow some muscle. All right, I'll see you guys.